talk about Kevin Gates, Fat Joe, and you know the usual suspect, 50 Cent defending Eminem for Melly Mell. Eminem don't never have to speak for himself or defend himself because you gonna have people in hip hop to do so. And that's why I always told y'all, bro, that Black Power shit, man, you can't look for musicians and entertainers, actors and shit to be your black leaders. I told y'all when Biggie and Pac died, those was the last two, real black gatekeepers in hip hop. Right? After that, all the gatekeepers became white. A lot of people say the early 90s. I say it died with them. You know, and I lived through that. After they really went away, a lot of trash came through. You know, you had your Vanilla Ice and, Master P was controversial and all that. But then you got to understand, then Eminem was able to break through. Then guys like, no offense to Ja Rule, Melly, just certain guys was able to break through and kind of bring a different flavor, to hip hop. Now LL was the first one on that Drake shit, and he used to get killed for that shit too. But really, it really popularized after they died, and a lot of shit was able to fly. They was able to take advantage, real advantage of the culture and all that type of stuff. But yeah, Kevin Gates said, well, I don't get into all that white privilege. He in my top 5. And Fat Joe basically said he worshiped Melly Mell, but he's wrong. And like I said, Fat Joe is anything but Black Joe. You don't know what side of the fence Fat Joe stand on. I'm just going to say, if you ain't with us, you against us. You already know 50 Cent, man. I mean, Eminem, I'm not even going to say that, because what I'm about to say about to be very disrespectful. I'm not even going there. All right? So like I continue to say, man, I would tell you, man, people always say, well, I'm getting into that white privilege, and then into that statistic of white privilege. And what Melly Mell was saying was absolutely right, and I broke it down in a very articulate way. No ignorance. I already broke it down. I put it in the end screen. You only see the video. I broke it down. I said Eminem got a lot of praise because it was something that people had never seen before in hip hop. Yeah, you had the Beastie Boys, you know what I'm saying, and you had Vanilla Ice, but you never had a white boy that sounded, particularly black, and who had the bars like Eminem in the rhyme stuff, rhyme scheme that Eminem had. Nobody's debating that he can rap. But if he was just another black guy, like Melly Mell said, if he was number 35 on the list, would he have sold like that if he was black? If he was like, no. Because it was an anomaly. It was something that people had not seen. He wasn't a one-hit wonder like Vanilla Ice. A brother didn't write most of his Eminem shit that we know of. Okay? He came again and again with consistent good music, behind Dre production. Don't forget, Fat Joe passed up on an opportunity to sign him. But damn, here come black people to Eminem rescue once again. But nobody ever addresses when he on tape saying black women ain't shit, black women are bees, white women are better. Nobody ever comes out and says, well, Eminem need to be held accountable for saying that. That's why I say don't look to these dudes to be your leaders, bro. Because there's no consistency. They all are rich slaves. Even, and some of them are wealthy slaves. Some niggas, how many of these niggas ain't even rich? And Kevin Gates want to sound deep and biblical and all that shit. I like Kevin Gates. Some of his music. But I find it funny, dude, that a lot of them southern people really be butter biscuit and tap dancing, dude. They really do. Like, how y'all they still lynching people and racism is still high and them states are still red and y'all still tap dancing? How is that? Y'all letting white people call you N-words like it's a term of endearment when they said, no, it ain't. Everything, we can never have nothing in the black community that's our own. Y'all niggas ain't got a cap for Eminem, bro. So they saying him being white plays no part in his prestige in hip hop. That's a goddamn lie. Because it was nothing that people ever seen. He bought the black album buyers out. Am I wrong? He brought the white people that bought records out. And everybody know white people buy albums out, buy shit at a higher clip. That's why they don't make, that's why black movies don't do well. You know, only thing black people want to spend their money on is shit that depreciate. They want to spend their money on Jordans. It ain't like they just buying Jordans or buying a pair, preserving them, holding on for them for 10 years and flipping them for more like they doing art. All black people do is buy nigga shit. Shoes and Mercedes Benzes, and they want to judge you by jewelry and cars and shit. Chicks be judging niggas off what they drive. And don't even know the nigga got a Benz at 20% APR, and other people don't even know what that means. You damn near could buy that shit over 2 times again, especially if you dumb enough to refinance the car. They judge people off jewelry and stuff instead of supporting and helping the culture move forward and investing in their kids' education and investing into an important movie or museum that moves the culture forward. Black people don't care about the culture, because if they did, they wouldn't let white people take over hip-hop and tell y'all who hot and who not. You wouldn't have guys like Kevin Gates and 50 Cent. And I understand Eminem put 50 Cent on when nobody else would, and that was 50 on fault. 50 made all them enemies in New York. 50 was part of the Pangea of New York breaking up. Him and Jay-Z. But that's a totally different conversation. Eminem can come out and defend himself. It's true. What that man said was true. That's a huge part of why. Now, if he wasn't doping white, of course he couldn't do it. Nobody's debating that he can or cannot rap. That's not the debate. He nice. And am I going to argue if he your top 5? No, I don't care. It's your top 5. Your criteria might be mine. He's definitely up there, up somewhere in the top 25, 30 for me, just to give you a vague, and I'm from Detroit, to give you a vague, you know, just, you know, vantage point, overview. But he don't have an influence in Detroit amongst Detroit rappers. And I've been listening to him for years. From guys like anybody in Michigan, Drunken Master, MC Breed, Flint, and any of them dudes, Payroll Giovanni, Blade Icewood, Big Hurt. Blade Icewood is the most influential rapper in the history of Detroit, and I don't see that changing. I love what the Peasies and the Babyfaces Ray and 42 Doug, but all of them is influenced by guys like Blade Icewood and Big Hurt. Wipeout, guys like that. And I've been listening to Detroit music forever, since Street Lords and Rock Bottom. The Cheddar Boys was beefing with Rock Bottom before that. That's the influence when you see the Cardis and you see the Blade dance, and that's they don't take nothing away from Eminem at all. He influenced a broader audience around the world. He inspired the MGKs to rap, and you know, and guys like that. Bubba Sparks was, you know, sounded black. He could rap, but he wasn't as wrong as Eminem. Eminem had longevity, and it had a lot to do with his talent. Won't nobody deny that. But he sold so many records because he had black people buying them, and he had a lot of white people. Everybody know white people will buy. They have more resources. They have more ownership. You know, they're more commercially friendly. And, you know, and because black people spend money on bull jobs. I'm telling you, look at people get their tax money. First thing they do is go out to eat, buy a new car every year, take the kids and put clothes on them. Instead of go get the kids CDs or invest the money into their education, or pay their rent up, or put the money up every year to go buy a crib or whatever it may be. White people able to have money because they own shit. They understand the value of ownership. People say, well, I can't live off $15, $20 an hour. White people use what they make to pay their bills, and the money that they bring in from owning stocks, from trading, from real estate, from digital real estate, whatever they're doing right now. You know, from their businesses, from their hustles that will turn into businesses, they use that to finance their vacations, to finance their futures, to finance their luxury cars, to finance their anniversaries, to finance the jewelry they want. Multiple incomes is the way. Content creating is a nice money. You can turn that hustle into a business. That's why they have. They multiple incomes and they passing shit down. They passing the knowledge of finances down. They passing the knowledge of education down. They passing real estate down. They passing shit like art down. That's why they have. They're not just leaving their kids stuff and not showing them how to maintain it. But, you know, I went a little bit deep, and that wasn't the true intention. But, you know, everybody hate the truth. I ain't tripping on it. I ain't tripping on it. But it's the truth what that man said. And like I said, how many people came out and co-signed what he said? How many brothers came out and co-signed what he said? I'm telling you, all these them dudes in the industry is controlled, bro. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.